It's C-Doc Again is brought to you by Hackensack Brewing Company and their Imperial Pilsner Auga, which was created in honor of the legendary DJs The Awesome 2. It's also brought to you by Chuck D Spit Slam Record Label Group. The Spit Slam Record Label Group, a Chuck D situation. Catch us on your favorite streaming platform, on Bandcamp, or visit our official web store at spitslamrecords.com. All releases are available digitally or on CD, with select titles available on vinyl and cassette. The Spit Slam Record Label Group. Throwback to the future sound.
It's C-Doc again.
Yeah, it's time. It's Tuesday night. It's 9 p.m. on the East Coast. Episode 150. Hard to believe, but yes, we have made it this far. And we still got more work to do. So we're not done yet. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm your host, C-Doc. Welcome to the show. Of course, I don't do this alone. I got to bring in the squad. Joining me tonight, she got her start in classic rap radio at the first 24-hour all-hip-hop station, K-Day in L.A. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jennifer O'Jenny.
And it was the original K-Day. Thank you very much.
We're not talking about that.
1580.
We're not talking about the fake K-Day.
Not that fake
day. No.
Yeah.
No. We're not talking about that K-Day.
The real one.
Yeah, the real one. How are you, Jennifer?
I'm melting, but I'm okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am melting over here.
How hot was it today?
I think it got up to 99. But that's a little bit of a reprieve from the past several days where it's been 117, 114, 100 and yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm just gonna get my birds and my dogs and my RV, which I don't have, and drive to the desert, I guess.
That right. You know?
The hell.
Yeah. Man, oh man. Well, all I can say is I'm glad I'm not there.
Right?
Yeah. So, also joining us tonight, one of the founders of another dope podcast, People's Distinctive Travels. He also has one of the best, if not the best, accounts on Instagram. And if you don't follow him, you're a sucker. Ladies and gentlemen, Ultramag 7. Oh, bring it back.
You got to do the finger guns. It's 150. You got to do the finger guns.
That's right. We got the original gangster, or not the original gangster. That's the wrong gangster.
Hey, original gangster of hip hop.
Yeah, I was right. Right. Yes.
Yeah.
I was right. Yes. Yep. And so many gangsters.
What's happening?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Hey, we got the original gangster with us tonight.
Yes. Sir Vicious.
The OG. Sir Vicious.
Yeah. Sir Vicious. That's right. How are you, Ultramag?
I am wonderful, sir. I'm loving hip hop. You know, I'm loving this new LL album.
Yo, man.
You don't like it?
I love it. I've listened to it like 5 times already, and that's crazy. I'll be playing records like that usually.
Yeah.
You know?
It's him and Q-Tip. That's a nice combination.
It's a very nice combination. Yep.
Yeah.
Very nice combination.
It lived up to all the hype.
You know what's funny too is, for me personally, the singles that they dropped were cool, but in the context of the album, I think they work even better.
Right. Absolutely. I totally agree.
I did not expect. Yeah.
They even They even got Buster rhyming on there the way I want to hear Buster. Not all the fast rapping. I just want to hear Buster be the Dungeon Dragon. You know, do that type of.
Yep.
And he sounds like I don't know. They even got Buster sounding good. So
yeah,
I like this album.
Yep, I do too. I was. It was actually kind of a surprise for me because there were 3 albums I was looking forward to. You know, Pete Rock and Common, which I really liked.
Right.
The Rakim record, which, you know.
We know.
Yeah, we know. And then third on the list was the LL record, you know?
Like, right.
To it, but it was like, yeah, I'll check it. I'll check it when it comes out, and I played it front to back like 5 times, and I'm like, I did not expect that.
Yeah, that's I guess that's what Queen sounds like.
That's so. That's a good call.
Yeah.
And then finally joining us tonight, the man behind Hip Hop Gods, which is a channel that if you're watching this show, you definitely got to listen to. And the president of Chuck D's rap station, digital radio. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Flatline.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. You're welcome.
Did you guys already talk about LL?
We just did.
Yes.
While your computer was
You
restarting.
just missed it.
Damn it.
Give us your thoughts.
We can talk about
I've been
it.
waiting to hear Ultramag's thoughts. I was like saving it for the show.
We can.
I love the album.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Good. I was hoping you would.
Who am I? The litmus test?
Well, I don't know. I was curious to hear, and I expected great things, and sure enough, he delivered great things. So
It lived up to the hype. It definitely lived up to it.
Yep.
yeah, absolutely.
Well. Yeah. We can talk about this more later, but right now we have to talk to.
I mean,
We gotta go back.
seriously.
We gotta go back to the old school.
Going way back.
Going way back to the old.
Who are you, Teddy Riley?
No, come on now.
Back in the time.
Ah, jeez.
Go way back to the early days. 75.
Yeah.
And the Black
Absolutely.
Bangs.
Damn it.
Absolutely.
Damn it.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show the original gangster of hip hop, Sir Vicious himself, Just Ice.
Peace. What's going on, everybody?
Justice.
Man.
What's good?
Peace.
Man,
Peace. What's good?
we're looking forward to talk to you. What's good with you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Just maintaining, doing some work with Mantronix, doing something with Schoolie D, something in the works. We just put something out new about maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. It was called Get Your Drink On, Get Your Freak On,
Right.
just to, test the water.
Yeah.
And we got a good response in the US, but a much better response in the UK. Much better response in the UK. So we're just going to keep on mixing it up and put one track out at a time. But in the meantime, work on an album.
Word.
And just see what happens from there. Hopefully we get a good response.
Yes.
When was the last time you worked with Mantronix?
2 years ago.
No, well, I mean before this. Sorry, my bad.
Well,
Like,
me
was
and
it
Curtis.
96?
Well, me and Curtis. Yeah, we did an album called Gun Talk.
Yeah.
It was for a label. Wow, that was a album. We it was for what did they? I forgot the name of the record company. It was
Savage Records.
Savage, yeah, Savage. It was located in Carnegie Hall, and that album was just I don't even remember, because when that time when Sleeping Bag closed, the one of the main people from Sleeping Bag went over to Savage, and he brought me over there with him, and the music that Savage was putting out at that time was not hip hop.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what the hell it was, to be honest. I don't know what the hell it was. But we put that album out. It didn't do too good, but it did good enough to put money in our pocket. and it crossed us over. That was the last album I did with Curtis.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was, but I wanted to make sure because I actually like that record.
What, Gun Talk?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, it's got some joints on it, man. Joints on it. I haven't listened to it in a number of years, but I do remember thinking, wow, this is better than I thought it was going to be. So.
Okay.
He's like, never mind.
Hey, I always have the intention when I make music, it's not for me.
Yeah.
It's not for me. Something that I might think is just totally off the wall, someone else might like it.
Yeah.
Something that I think is hot, they might think is trash. So it's just kind of crazy to hear you say you like Gun Talk. And
I remember thinking there was some joints on there. Yeah. I have to revisit it now.
Me too, because I haven't heard it since I made it. I'm gonna tell you, I'm the biggest critic of my own music. I cannot stand playing my music unless I'm practicing for a show. If say like, because everybody be like, yo, Latoya, Cole getting dumb, this, that, and that. I'm like, yo, all I gotta do is think about that shit.
Yeah.
I don't have to play it. All I have to do is think about it. It's clear in my head. And it's like, I'm the biggest critic. I cannot stand listening to my music. If it's playing on the radio or something, that's different. But if you ask me to play my music, you're going to get a big fat no. You're going to get a no. I don't listen to my music for the simple fact I know where the mistakes are.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, just like with Cole Getting Dumb, everybody loves that damn record. Everybody loves that record. Cole Getting Dumb, especially when I say change the pace, right? And the music change, that shit get real hard. And do you know that record was the biggest mistake? We was given to throw that record away because that record, if you listen to the timing of it, it's off beat. Cole Getting Dumb is completely off beat. And Curtis was like, yo, Justice, let's throw this shit away. I'm like, yo, check this shit out, man. I'll slow down with it. I'll speed up with it. Nobody will ever know. And that's just what we did. But that record was, remember, I don't know if you know about drum machines, but the SP12, remember the SP, not the 1200, the SP12, the first
SP12,
one.
Yeah, right.
Could not catch that beat on time for shit.
Gotcha.
No, but that's how that came about. But like I said, when it comes to my music, I love my music, but you won't catch me hearing it, playing it.
Wow. That's really interesting. How did you, since we're talking about old stuff, how did you decide to start rhyming? When did you start writing?
Well, that goes back to when I was a kid, to like when I was like 11. I hate telling this damn story, but my first rhyme was given to me by my friend Glenn, right? Because Glenn, we was up in Castle Hill. I was living in Castle Hill in the Bronx. Glenn could write. Glenn, if I was 11, Glenn had to be about 13 or 14. Okay. Glenn could write, but he couldn't keep the rhythm. So you know what I'm saying? So he wrote my first rhyme for me because the rhymes, I was 11 years old. I was just listening to the MCs that were out back then were Melly Mel, Lisa Lee, even Bambaataa was on the mic a lot, but not rhyming. And then for Herc, you had Timmy Tim and all of them, but they wasn't rhyming. The only person that was rhyming back then was people like Grandmaster Caz, Kumo D, Melly Mel, and things like that. So that's who inspired me to rhyme. Really, I can honestly say it was Mel, because I didn't like how them other people were rhyming. I didn't like that, all that yes, y'all, and throw your hands in. And to me, that's cheating. That's just cheating. Mel used to spit rhymes back in the days when I was a kid. Yeah, I used to remember being on a bus with a cassette tape, listening to him coming home from the train station from school. So that's where my inspiration for rhyming came from. And once Glenn wrote, well, he wrote the rhyme for me, but the son of a bitch charged me $3. You know, and he knew that's how much I just made for my allowance for my grandmother. He knew that. And after that, I started learning how to put the shit together. It was easy. I'm not gonna say it was a hard thing, because around me was nothing but hip hop. Nothing but hip hop.
Yeah.
Nothing but everybody rhyming. I mean, break dancing. This is before that top rocking bullshit. Everybody break dancing, putting in the floor work. It was nothing. It was all around me. I come out my motherfucking door from my apartment. It's cats in the hallway and shit with the radio beat playing Apache and Grandmaster Flash and Graham was the Theodore. And I'm like, you know, cool. I'm going to school. I'm coming home from school. I'm going to the store. I'm going empty the garbage. These niggas don't go the fuck home. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's the kind of shit that I grew up in this.
Yeah.
I grew up in this. You know what I mean? So like I said, my inspiration, back to the initial question, Melly Mel. That was my inspiration for rhyming, to get started to rhyme.
Yeah. Yep. And then you were a bouncer?
Oh yeah, another story. Yeah, man. My first bouncing job was at a place called the Reggae Lounge. That was a hardcore reggae spot. It was crazy because from like 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock to 2 o'clock, it was what do you call it? Grunge with the mosh pits and all of that shit.
Oh wow!
It was crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy. Then at 2 o'clock, that turns off, and then the Jamaican people come in. All the fucking yardis just come in. I made so much money in one night, it was a shame. Because I was at the door, and you know they don't want no guns in there. I'm like, fuck you, I got my gun on me too. I'm a bouncer. I got my shit on me too. The front door's over there. I'm at the side door. I'm making money. Y'all come on, give me that. Come on, fuck that shirt shit. Come on, give me that. Give me that. Everybody in there. Everybody in there, pack. everybody, yo, a room full of fucking crazy ass Jamaicans strapped. Yo, luckily nothing happened. Everything was cool that night. You know, that was my very first experience in bouncing. I fell in love with the shit. I said I could make money like this. You know, that shit went on for a while. Then actually I was bouncing before I started writing, recording and stuff.
Yeah.
Then I started recording. Then shit slowed down. I went back to bouncing. It was a spot up in the Bronx. The old heads would know about it. It was called the Devil's Nest back in the day. It was called the Devil's Nest up on Tremont Avenue. But now it was called Roombas before they closed. And I was working there. And as a matter of fact, one night I was there just chilling. All of a sudden, one of the guys came down and says, yo, Mike G's upstairs. I'm like, Mike G. I said, Mike, Jungle Brothers? Went upstairs. Mike G was up there. He was like, yo, Todd Terry said, give you this. I'm like, how the fuck y'all niggas know where I'm at? I said, how the fuck you just run up on me know where I'm at? He said, Chuck. He said, yo, when motherfuckers want to find you, they gonna find you. He said, everybody knows you work here. I'm like, I'm thinking I'm keeping this shit a secret. He's like, everybody knows you work here. Because a few weeks before, rest in peace to my man Black Rob. A few weeks before, Black Rob was in there. And Rob see me walking around. And he was like, Josh Ice. I'm like, what? Shut the fuck up. What? He's like, yo, what's up? Because actually, me and Rob was in jail together. Me and him did some time together.
Wow.
Yeah, yo, Rob was a crazy motherfucker, man. Crazy motherfucker. Yeah, man, a lot of motherfuckers. So I got the track, yo, and it was from Todd Terry. The track was from Todd Terry. And we started doing the shit, and one thing led to another. And that kind of catapulted me back into it. And from there, I was working with my man Fred Ones in the Bronx. Big up Fred Ones. And we were doing tracks together. I did some tracks for Grand Wizard Theodore that was strictly underground. Shit was hot as hell.
Wow.
I mean, big up to my man Grand Wizard Theodore. And after a while, I got in contact with a guy from overseas who does a concert every year. It's called Urban Matters.
Yeah.
Right? And he's the one, I think it was, 2018, 17, something. He's the one that put me and Curtis back together.
Oh, okay.
Because Curtis was there and I was there. As soon as me and Curtis saw each other, that was it.
Yeah.
That was it. We performed together that night. And because when Sleeping Bag broke up, nobody I could say in that company, or maybe the higher ups, I didn't, left with no bad feelings toward anybody.
Yeah.
No, I didn't leave with that kind of vibe and shit. When that shit was over, it wasn't like, yo, you stole money from me, you took this, you took. I'm like, yo, man, whatever, y'all be good, peace. I'm moving the fuck on. No, Curtis was a cool brother back then. Curtis walked me through a lot of things in this record industry, technical, because he's smart. He's a smart, bro. He's smart. So, like I said, like after the shit got catapulted, me and him got back together, and now, like I said, we're gonna try a little thing and see how.
That's dope. That's so dope.
Yes.
How did you and Curtis first hook up? How did that connection happen?
Back, I forgot what year it was. It was definitely in the 80s though. It was a club called the Danceteria.
Yeah.
In Manhattan, right around the corner from the Limelight. And one night, because that Danceteria was the kind of club on every floor was a different DJ.
Right.
And on the roof that night, it was DJ Africa Islam playing. And me and Islam knew each other from way back because he used to DJ for a crew that I was down with in the Bronx called the Mark 5 MCs. He used to DJ for him because he lived in Parkchester and we lived in Castle Hill and Carroll Gardens and all that other shit, Monroe. So Islam was playing, and standing next to Islam was this weird looking dude. We thought he was a little nerdy white boy. Come to find out, Curtis is half Jamaican, half Arab, but he looks like a white boy, you know? And me and Islam, we're not really paying attention, but Islam is like, yo, why this dude standing so close to the set? Everybody over there dancing, having a good time. All right, we left that alone. Islam put on some tracks, some beats, real beat, because this is before CDs and all of that shit.
Yeah.
This is when you had to actually carry crates of records with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Islam put on something. I grabbed the mic. We did what we do. Had the party going. Everybody was screaming, blah, 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 blah. Put the mic down, bang. I start to walk out. And this guy's like, hey, what's your name? I'm like, my name is Justice. What's your name? He's like, yo, my name is Mantronix. I said, wait a minute, Mantronix. Then it clicked. Fresh is the word. Because fresh is the word was out. And I'm saying, nah, this can't be this dude. I'm like, this can't be this dude. So we was talking, and I say, yo, fresh is the word. MCT, he's like, I'm Mantronix. I'm the one who makes the music. MCT's my, okay, that's it. I put it together. Cool. He gave me his card, whatever, said, yo, we might be interested. Can you do something? I had no idea how to record shit. I was a messenger. Delivering packages in the city during the day. You know what I mean? So yeah. I had no idea how to go in the studio and do nothing. So he was like, if you could get me a demo, I didn't know what the fuck a demo was. I was like, a demo? I said, a demo. He's like, yeah, like a demo, like something we can hear. I was like, okay, cool. I'm thinking cassette. I said, why you know cassette? All right, long story short, I get $22, me and my man DMX, because we was broke. We was broke as fuck back then. Ben was living in the shelter with Biz, the shelter they all lived in. I lived in the area, but it was in Fort Greene, and so I was born and raised there, so I was always there. $22, we went up on Myrtle Avenue to this little rinky-dink studio. And the guy, I think he was less experienced than us. He had a Lindrum and a nice setup. And he's like, okay, $22 an hour. So we gave him $22. Like I said, first time in the studio, had no idea how long is this supposed to take. So I'm thinking the hour we could do this shit, you know?
Yeah.
So we go in there for the hour, and I say, can somebody help me with the production, you know, with the sound? He's like, I could work it from in here, but you got to figure out the drum machine. So we started playing with the drum machine 20 fucking minutes. I'm like, yo. I'm like, Ben, we gotta hurry up and do something. I said, I ain't got no more money. What up? So we started playing with it. And a little small bullshit beat came out of it. And that was the original beat for my very first record, Put the Record Back On.
Wow.
I spit the original lyrics. I spit the lyrics to it, right? I'm like, okay, this is what I could do in an hour. So we finished it up. I took that shit to sleeping bag to Curtis. They put that shit on. He was like, this shit sounds awful. It was like, the production sounds awful. I said, I don't know how to do that stuff. But then Will Sokolov and Juggy Gales, they was like, yes, but you could understand everything he's saying. So Curtis was like, this is what I'll do. We'll get together. I'll make the track. It was really Curtis, Mantronix, and a guy named Sam Sever.
Yeah. Sam Sever.
Sever, yeah.
Word.
Woo. They did the track for Put the Record Back On. And a guy named Al Cohen, matter of fact, we recorded at Al Cohen's studio. Check this shit out. Everything links up and it's crazy. Now, Al Cohen's studio, there you go. Yeah, Al Cohen, I don't know if you're familiar with New York, 23rd Street. 23rd Street Hotel, the Chelsea Hotel.
Okay.
Are you familiar with you ever heard of the Chelsea Hotel?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Remember the guy, what was his name? Bernard Getz?
Oh, the shot on people.
The shot to people? Yeah.
Oh, that's the motherfucker who shot the 4 cats on the train, right?
Yeah.
Check this shit out. Me and Ben sitting in the lobby of Chelsea Hotel, waiting for Al to come down to bring us upstairs to the studio. Who comes walking out the fucking elevator? Bernard Getz. And me and Ben was like, yo, ain't that motherfucker who shot the 4 cats? I was like, yo, Bernard, what's up, man? He's like, hey, how you doing? I was like, oh shit! That's where we recorded, Put the Record Back On.
Wow.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. It should be linking up like crazy, man.
At the Chelsea Hotel.
The Chelsea Hotel, 23rd Street.
Wow.
That's wild.
But yeah, that was the first record, Put the Record Back On, man. That was it. That's what got the ball rolling.
Yeah. Yep. So now I'm trying to remember when you guys did the first single, did they immediately fast track the album?
Well, I wouldn't know about that.
Okay.
But the simple fact that when the first single came out, which was LaToya, you have it.
Yeah.
What is it?
Slut
yeah, okay. Well, LaToya's on one side, Put the Record Back On.
Yeah.
I was in jail. I was in federal jail.
Oh, gotcha.
I was in federal jail. I was on the 8th floor in MCC. Believe it or not, John Gotti walking around me with his little 2-body guy, little pussy ass motherfuckers. The only way I got to hear my music, because back then hip hop wasn't mainstream.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It was only on the weekends, and that was Chuck Chill Out, Red Alert, or Mr. Magic.
Right.
Those are the only 3 that were playing hip hop during the weekend. So I would have to get my headphones, my little radio they give you when you first come in, go find a quiet spot every weekend, sit down, listen to the radio, and listen to them play my record on the radio. I was in jail. I was in jail for a while. I was in jail for a minute when that record came out. That's why nobody saw me.
Wow.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So had you recorded the album already before you went in?
Nah.
Okay.
Let me see. You mean Back to the Old School?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Was Back to the Old School recorded? I don't remember, because only way, and it's fucked up how I have to do this. I remember the night the police came to the Latin Quarters looking for me, and I'm trying to remember if I performed Cold Getting Dumb that night. If I performed Cold Getting Dumb that night, to me that album was done.
Okay.
But if I think that album was done.
Okay.
Because I don't think I just went up on stage in the Latin Quarter and did LaToya, Put the Record Back On.
Right.
I don't think I would do. That's, I never thought of it. But maybe, who knows?
Okay.
Shit happens.
Yeah.
Good times. Good times.
Hey,
back to the old school was 86. So
hold on. Ultra Mac wanted to say something. What's up?
Oh no, I just wanted to say, because we're talking about Cole getting dumb. Why did you diss Curtis Blow on Cole Getting Dumb Part 2? I always wanted to know that.
What did Curtis say about me? I think he said something, because he never made a record saying anything about me. I think he made a comment. And back then, it was like, I'm not going to push up on Curtis. I'm just going to say this little one line. I'm not even going to give him a whole fucking paragraph. Just this one little line. I'm pretty sure I don't just do shit to people out of spite. If I said something about his ass, that means he said something about me. And I'm pretty sure it was either in an interview or something to that nature, because I do know for a fact he never made a record with my name in it. And to this day, me and Curtis are like the best of friends.
Okay. When I heard that, I'm like, yo, he's going in on Curtis Blow.
Yeah, that's how it was back then. To me, it was just a little fun. Big up to Curtis Blow, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
What were you saying, Flatline?
Oh, I was just gonna say, because it was 86 that it came out, so I mean, it sounds like 86, but if it was recorded before 86, then it was really ahead of its time.
Well, what year does that album say? Back to the old school album.
It says 86.
86, right?
Yeah.
86. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Cole Getting Dumb was out. That shit was out. It was out. Okay. I'm pretty sure.
That's crazy to me. That
you know what? You're right. It is out. It was out when I was in jail, because I used to hear them. Well, not Magic. Magic wouldn't play Little Bad Johnny. Red Alert and Chuck Chill Out would play Little Bad Johnny.
Oh, okay.
And that was never a single.
Right.
That was only on an album.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that album was out. Yeah.
Okay. Also, I love that you have Just Ice and Buster with your.
That wasn't my idea. That wasn't none of that shit. None of that shit was my idea. The album cover wasn't my idea. The back of that shit, none of that shit was my idea.
Wow. I love that album cover though.
That album cover with the teeth.
Yes.
That's my idea.
Okay, I was going to ask.
I did that. That's the idea.
I got the hype sticker.
Oh, you still got the hype sticker. Nice.
Yeah. Who did it next? Method Man did it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Big up the Method Man.
Yep.
Wow.
So you go from Curtis Mantronix back to the old school 86 to Cool and Deadly 87 with KRS.
Yeah. Now that's another story within itself, because on the day that we were scheduled to sign the contract, we were all at the record company, me, Chris, Scott, Miss Melody, McBoo, Derek wasn't there, RoboCop was there. We signed the contract that day. Scott was there, but he left. Scott was there, but he left. And he left with Daryl. He left with RoboCop. We all took care of the business and shit. We all went up the street to McDonald's on 67th Street. Everybody ate, blah, blah, blah. That's when RoboCop and Scott left. The next few hours, we had time booked that night at Power Play Studio to start the album. I'm getting ready to walk out the door. My phone rings and shit. Chris is on the line. I'm like, what? He's like, yo, Scott is gone. I'm like, I said, where the fuck did he go? He's like, nah, Scott is dead. He's dead. I'm like, what? I said, we was just with Scott. He's like, yeah, something happened uptown and he died. He got shot. He's died. I was like, man, Click. Just hung up the phone. I ain't talked to nobody in a few days after that because I didn't know what was going on. And then when I started hearing shit, it was about they tried to I don't know. They tried to blame it on Derek about some girl that Derek was talking to, and her boyfriend was jealous or something to that effect. I don't know because there was so many shit intertwined in that shit. I just said I don't want to hear it. All I know is Scott is gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was like after that, shit slowed down for like about 2 days. That's the shit that bugged me out about Chris. That shit slowed. It's like he didn't take a pause. He didn't take a fucking pause, you know? And I was like, yo, whatever, man. But, you know, Scott's supposed to be here, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, another story.
Yeah. Wow. But that album is fucking amazing, man.
Well, we put some work into it. I mean, it was actually fun because I'm not a religious person or really spiritual, but I guess in the studio at that time, Scott was in there with us.
Yeah.
Scott was in there with us. It felt like he was in there with us.
Yeah.
Chris, he taught Chris good.
Right.
He taught Chris good. So it was fun. It was a good album. Good album.
Yeah. That was actually I personally came late because I didn't get back to the old school till after. So I got this record first.
Oh, okay.
Because I heard Going Way Back and I was just like, this shit is amazing.
Oh,
that was fun. That was fun to make. It took me about let me see. I wrote Going Way Back. I sat down, I had some eggs, some Sicilian bacon, and some French toast. I remember that night perfectly. And I had my notebook. By the time I finished eating my food, because it wasn't breakfast, because it was like about 9 at night. By the time I finished eating my food, Going Way Back was done.
Wow.
See, that's the kind of those are the kind of lyrics that just come natural. I don't have to, think about what somebody said. What did that person say? Or when they say this happened, I ain't gotta do that. I was there. I was there. So
thank you for making that song, because for people who are not in New York and just all over, you named landmarks and people that we had to go find out about. Like before that, I didn't know it was Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Four. And I didn't, then I heard, Raheem became the Five, but there's so much history in that song before social media and all this stuff that we just learned from that song. So thank you for making that song.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
What was that? That was your first music video?
Going Way Back?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, because Self-Destruction came after that. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. What was that like? What was shooting a music video like?
Well, actually, that was Ralph McDaniel's first video. And the Vid Kid Lionel. That was their very first video was Going Way Back, and I was the very first artist that got to use the Steadicam.
Wow.
Yeah. I was the very first artist that was their first. Me and Ralph, we don't talk a lot, but Ralph is like an older brother. It's like him and Tyrone Williams. Yeah. They're like older brothers, We talk when we have to. And every time me and Ralph talk, my second question is always, where's Lionel? How's Lionel doing? Because Lionel just dropped the fuck off the face of the earth. But Ralph could find him. So yeah, man, that's my very first video. And it was fun making, except for all the drug addicts. There was a lot of drug addicts that day. Because we did that in the Lower East Side.
Oh, okay.
Manhattan.
Yeah.
Alphabet. We did it right in Alphabet City.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, man, I mean, goddamn, man. If we didn't have to pay for extras if we needed them. We didn't have to pay for extras, man. That place was flooded, and it was an experience because, like I said, it was my first one, so it was an experience. It was fun. It was fun.
That's dope.
Yeah, I learned on that video for my second video how to get money out those motherfuckers. See, for the first video, I didn't know I could get a per diem. See, I didn't know that. They didn't tell me that. See, for the second video, like I said, on that Gun Talk album, we did a video for the record called Girls and Guns.
Mm-hmm.
Was it the best video in the world? I don't care. We got money.
It was worth doing.
Oh man, I had so much fun doing that video because I made sure I shot that video in the hardest, grimiest spot I could find. And every Thursday and Sunday night back then, I used to go to a spot called a Starlight Ballroom. It's a fucking reggae joint where if you ain't from around there or if you don't look right, you go get had in there. You know what I mean? I don't know if you're familiar with Jamaican sound systems, but let me tell you, they come through Starlight Ballroom. You know what I mean? You catch Shinehead in there sometimes. You might catch Stone Love in there. You might catch Fergo Digital in there. But you go always catch a whole bunch of rude white up in there for real. So I did the video for Girls and Guns partly inside of there.
Wow.
It was the trashiest shit in the world, dog. It was the trashiest because we got so much money on the budget for that shit. We barely spent a fraction of it on the video. We split that shit up. And plus, I was getting my per diem. So we did what we could. I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? It did good in the UK. I mean, what the fuck?
Right.
So that's, oh man, I missed that. Wow. Damn, that shit was fun.
Speaking of dancehall, who were your influences like to start chatting? Who were some of the DJs you were listening to that you made you start putting it into your rhymes?
In the beginning, when Tiger was in his prime, but Tiger was in the prime before he put the cocaine up in the marrow. Before that, when Tiger was in his prime, when Admiral Bailey was in his prime, when Garnet Silk was in his rest in peace, Garnet Silk, when Lieutenant Stitchy was in his prime. When who else? Oh man, I could go on with this. And I have Beanie Man's first record. He was 11 years old. I got that shit. Wow. You know what I mean? On 45. Those are the people because my mom, she's her real father's Jamaican, but she grew up in America, down south, all that kind of shit. But as I was growing up, I'm from Brooklyn. I wanted to hear the Jackson 5. Fuck all that other shit. I want to hear the Jackson 5, and that's it. That's it. Michael Jackson. That's all I wanted to hear. She would get on my nerves, and to this day, I will not buy no Jackie Matu records. I will not buy no Jackie Matu records. It was either Bob Marley or Jackie Matu. My father would play Bob Marley. My mother would. I was like, I don't want to hear this shit. I want to hear ABC. I want to hear The Love You Save. I want to hear Michael Jackson. I want to hear the Jackson 5. That's it. When I got older and I went to my first year in high school, I started in Stevenson in the Bronx. But then I came back to Brooklyn to Eastern District. And trust me, that is totally fucking different. High school in Brooklyn is not the same as high school in the Bronx. High school in the Bronx, you got a 90% chance of coming home. You got a 90% chance. High school in Brooklyn, you got a 40% chance.
Right.
Oh wow!
And it's like it was just different. And I used to hang out with all the Jamaicans there. I never hung out with Americans there because when my father lived in Brooklyn, it was in the Jamaican area. So whenever I went to go visit my father or stay with him, all my friends were Jamaican.
Right.
All my friends were Jamaican. Now I'm younger. I mean, let's say like 6, 7 years old. You know, you get on your mom's nerve. She tell you yellow, blah blah blah. My mom, she did that shit, and she would start in English. She would start off in English and get really pissed off and start that patois shit. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck she just said. I don't know what the hell she just said. I had to get used to that shit because like I said, man, we used to be around regular people. I'm from Fort Greene, Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Fort Greene. Nothing but Americans down there. Nothing but Americans. Only time I got to get the Jamaican flavors when I went to go see my father and stay over there. You know what I'm saying? So, and it got to a point whereas I didn't like hanging with Americans anymore because I was starting to see shit different than how they saw it. You know?
Yeah.
Much different. I'm not going to get into it either, but I started seeing shit different. So I just, you know, started hanging out with my Jamaican friends, shit like that. You know? And the music, the shit, like I said, the music was always there because to this day, I'm 58 years old. To this day, I'm still collecting vinyl.
Word.
I'm still collecting vinyl. And I'm talking about yard music. Yard music. To me, American music is easy to get.
Yeah.
It's easy to get. I'm talking about real yard music. Back, I mean, I ain't going back into the fucking to the Sky days and all of that because that shit sounds okay, but it just don't move me.
Yeah.
I'd rather stick with some rockers. You know, go from rockers to reggae to dancehall to raga. You know what I'm saying? That kind of shit.
Yeah.
And to me, and if you listen to some people up in the Bronx, they would say Kool Herc started it, playing the Jamaican music, and then in certain parts of the record, he would play the drum part, and then Timmy and them would get on the mic and say certain shit. Now, I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm not saying that didn't happen. But I know for a fact, in 1973, Disco King Mario was already playing hip-hop. Disco King Mario was playing hip-hop already. I mean, like from 71, 72, because it's certain records that you could play that he would play that would prove it. Rest in peace, Disco King Mario.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. The stories, man. The stories got to be told.
Yeah. I love this.
You know?
I love
Seriously.
this.
Can you?
I like telling the people like this here. Hip hop when I was growing up was so real. It was so real. I mean, it was like, wow. You really can't explain it. You had to have been there. It's a feeling.
Yeah.
It's a feeling. The clothes, the shoes, the medallions, the stick-ups, the parties in the park, the stick-ups in the park. I mean, you just had to be there. You saw everything. You saw everything.
Yeah.
And I think it was 1980, shit, when did I go upstate? The first time I went upstate, I think it was 79. I was about 13. One day when I was upstate, I had the radio on. And I heard Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 super rapping. That people don't realize that was the very first record on Enjoy, not Rapper's Delight.
Right.
Super Rapper came on, and I was pissed off. I was like, that's the end of parties. That's the end of parks. Everything got to be in a club. If you're not 18 or 21, you ain't getting in it. And at this time, I'm concerned because I'm only 13. I used to sneak in parties. For real. I used to sneak in parties. When that shit came out, man, to me, it crushed real hip hop.
Wow.
It crushed it. To me, it crushed real hip hop. That's why to this day, I could play not all, but a lot, the majority of all hip hop breaks. And I don't mean on no compilation album. I mean the original record.
Yeah.
The original record. Because I mean, it's like, well, here's an example. Treacherous 3, Body Rock. What was the lady's name who made it? Tanya Stevens? No, it wasn't Body
Tanya Gardner.
Tanya Gardner. Heartbeat.
Yeah.
Heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, why? I couldn't understand why. And then it don't even sound like Heartbeat, really. I used to like Heartbeat, the real Heartbeat.
Yeah.
But then I heard that one, I was like, this is the hip hop version. Why? it's like, to me, it was fucking the music up.
Yeah.
To me, it was fucking the music up. I mean, whether you like it or not, progress is progress. It has to progress.
Yeah.
I just didn't like that shit, man.
That's real.
Yeah.
I just didn't like it, man.
Wow.
Go ahead. What do you say, Flatline?
Oh, I was curious what it was like working with another MC that doesn't, I don't think gets enough props, and who is no longer with us, Heavy D, on your third album.
Well, Heavy's my man. Me and Heavy, we only actually worked together once. We were on 2 records together. We was on Self-Destruction together.
Yep.
But Heavy D recorded his part somewhere else, just like Chuck D did. In Flavor of, it was only some of us at Power Play that night. Everybody wasn't there, and whoever wasn't there did their part somewhere else, and sent it in. But the time that me and Heavy did work together was on Ramdantal session. That's that was the last record on that album, the Desolate one. Oh, I was in a dark place at that time. I was in a dark place at that time. I was so dark, I named the fucking album The Desolate One. Meaning, leave me the fuck alone. But the last record on there was Ramdantal session. And me and Chris didn't really have anything put together structurally for that record. So we just said, let's have some fun with it. Let's have some fun with it. And that's what we did. We just had fun with it. To this day, I cannot recite one lyric from that record.
Right. Yeah, it sounds very loose.
I have to listen to it because all of my rhymes, every record that I do, all my rhymes are written down in advance and practiced. Not that shit. Not that shit. We just went for it. And at the end of that record, when it was done, we were sitting back in the booth listening to it. Heavy D walks in. He poked his head in the studio. He was like, come on in. I said, let's do it again. I said, Heavy, want to come in and have some fun? Heavy was like, yeah, man, come on, let's go. So we went in there, we did it, and we all started having fun. We did it again. And this time Heavy D was on it.
Yeah.
And that's the time me and Heavy was, because Heavy was always, that was my dog. Him and Pete, always been cool. Me, always been cool. Always been cool. Me and Pete used to play at the same reggae joints because Pete, he's a DJ. So he plays reggae at certain places. Sometimes me and Pete used to book up on each other at certain spots when I'm DJing there too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So,
that's incredible.
Well, let's talk about self-destruction.
Okay.
If you want to.
We can talk about it. I'll make a long story short. What's her name? Ann Carly. She used to be one of the higher ups at Jive Records. She didn't want me on there.
Really?
No.
She said it wouldn't look right. He's too violent. He's too this. He's too that. And that's when, who was it? I think Dougie said something to the effect, that's why we need Just on there. And then the other people started backing up, and she was very adamant about it. And me being so at that time, don't give a fuck. I'm like, yo, I'm 15 minutes from home. I'll go home. Fuck y'all.
Right.
I'll go home. For real. Because I didn't put up no resistance or nothing.
Yeah.
She was like, I don't know. I'm thinking to myself, let me jump in the cab. I'll be the fuck home in 15 minutes. For real. But then Dougie came. He was like, if Just not going to be on it, I'm not going to be on it.
Wow.
And then after Dougie said that, some more of the artists started following suit. Well, if Dougie not going to be on it, Just not going to be on it, I'm not going to be on it. I'm not going to be. She had no choice.
Yeah.
She had no choice. So what I did was I could say appeased her ass. What I did was I took it easy with the lyrics. Yeah. That's why my verse is soft like that. Wow. That's why I made my verse soft like that.
Gotcha.
Because the last thing I want to do, even back then, my warped ass way of thinking, I'm not going to go on the record talking about upliftment going there talking about killing somebody or beating somebody. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
We leave that shit for the other Just Size bullshit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? that record was so dope. It was so dope. And you saw the video, right?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
You remember the part in the video when everybody's in the Mount Morris Park and they're sitting down and the camera's going?
Yeah.
I missed it. Me and my dumb ass is sitting in a barber chair.
Oh, wow.
They sent somebody from the production company from Mount Morris Park to my house at 7 in the morning.
Wow.
I'm telling this bitch, get the fuck away from my door. I just got in at 5:30. She's like, but the video. I'm like, fuck a video. I'm hungover. I'm tired. I gotta go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Because I think the night before I was hanging out at the place. It was called The World down the Lower East Side, Alphabet City. And for me, drinks was free. Wow. But she was so I'm like, okay, come on in. She come in, I'm washing up. You know how it is when you hanging over. The room is like, and she's like, Justice, can you hurry up? Justice, can you hurry up? We have to hurry up to get down to the park. I'm like, bitch, I gotta go to the barbershop. I'll never forget that day. She was like, well, how long do you take to the barbershop? I said, yo, we leave within 10, 15 minutes. We'll get there before the barbershop even opens. So when the guy opened, I'm the first one. Dave was known in the Bronx as the best barber in the Bronx. He was right outside of Bronx River Projects, right on 174th Street. Everybody knew who Dave was. Everybody. So we get there, right? And Dave is the kind of guy, you don't rush Dave. You don't rush him. Dave is doing his shit with my hair with the straight razor and everything, making sure shit is tight. She's over there all panicky, blowing and huffing and puffing. So we get out the chair, we go in the cab, we get down there, everybody eating. It was like, Judge, you missed it. You missed it. They was like, don't forget tomorrow we're going to be at the Schaumburg, 135th Street. I was like, okay, cool. I'll be there. That's why I was in the sock for the Schaumburg when we all sitting in the classroom.
Yeah.
That's the Schaumburg. I was there for that, but the other one, I was like, fuck that video. I'm like, fuck that video. I got to get my shit done. Yeah, but Self-Destruction, that was a good record, though.
Yeah.
Very good record. And to be honest, whoever did the technical shit with the royalties and everything, they got. I'm still getting my fucking royalties from that shit.
Word.
What?
Wow, that's great.
My LaToya royalties is off the hook.
That's dope.
That's
See
good
that.
to hear.
I'm glad to hear that. That's great to hear.
We don't always hear those stories.
Right.
Yeah. I think I'm saying, man, I got a lot of stories, man. And I'm not volunteering none of them. If you don't ask, I ain't telling you.
But a couple months ago, we had the DOC on.
Yes,
I asked him about his fast rhyming style. He said he got it from you off Lyric Lickin'. And I always that blew my mind.
Yeah, big up the DOC. Now, that's the reason. Okay, that's the reason, and that show brought that show that you guys did brought this show to my attention.
Right.
As soon as I seen the DOC, I'm like, that's my motherfucking man. I bought the DOC's record when they came. First week them shit was out, I was buying them. I got all DOC shit on vinyl. All that shit is on vinyl. You know what I mean? I love the way DOC, because to me, the NWA niggas, them niggas wasn't putting it down right for me. Them niggas wasn't putting this shit down. All they was just doing was talking about how they did this in the street, blah, 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 blah. I don't hear that bullshit. DOC, he had meaning behind his shit.
Yeah. Yep.
DOC had meaning behind his shit. And I always loved the DOC, and I appreciate him saying that about Lyric Lickin'. And I did do it for more than one line, too. I heard him. Big up DOC.
That's funny.
Just who how did the collab on Masterpiece with Grandmaster Flash come about?
That.
Oh, that was another dark album. With Flash, how did I do this? How did I do this with Flash? Where was Flash at? Flash used to DJ sometimes with the World on Thursday nights because the World had 2 levels to him. The bottom level, and of course the upstairs, 2 levels.
Right.
He would play on the bottom level. So whenever I would come there and I got tired of being upstairs, hearing all that loud rowdy shit, come downstairs, Flash was playing some cool shit. I mean, sometimes it got a little funky down there, but Flash was always playing that shit. And I used to tell Flash how I used to go and see him back in the days. I used to sneak in the motherfucking black door. I had to sneak in that shit. You know what I'm saying? I got kicked out of there once or twice, never went back. I got threatened. I ain't give a fuck. I was a kid. I ain't coming back there no more. Fuck them. So the next time I seen Flash was at St. Mary's Park. I was over there with some friends. I had to be 11, 12 years old. 11, 12 years old, I saw Flash. Then I started seeing Flash at Theodore Roosevelt High School. And I saw him there twice because the bus ride from Castle Hill to Fordham Road is a motherfucker in the wintertime, especially waiting for the bus in the wintertime. You know what I'm saying? Only thing that saved our ass was White Castle down the block. That's the only thing that saved us. I knew of Flash since I was a kid, saw him when I was a kid, and once I got into the record business, I connected with him, I think, at the World. Me and him spoke. And I don't know if I gave him my number or his number. He must have gave me his number because I asked him, do you want to do an album with me and you produce it? He was like, yeah. I said, I know some of the tracks I want to use and everything. So he had a little recording studio spot. It was an apartment, really. He turned it to a studio. And we went up there and we did Masterpiece. Now, Masterpiece to me is a good album. The production was good. The mixing sucked. I did not like it. Because if you was to bring the mixing up on a lot of that, the vocals, it sounds better than what it does. A lot of that, I don't know if it was done on purpose, but a lot of that, it's like the music is drowned. I'm like behind the music.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like behind the music. You can't really hear what I'm saying. And I remember one night we was up at the Castle. This was like in 90. Fuck, oh man. 89, 90. I was up at the Castle with my man Kid Capri. He was DJing there. So I gave Capri the record. Capri played the record. Low as a motherfucker. And I was like, that's the bad mixing of the album. He was like, whoever mixed this, they fucked up your album. I'm like, yeah, I know. So Masterpiece wasn't really a masterpiece. You know what I'm saying? The money was a masterpiece. That's why I'm not complaining about my albums. The money was always there. Right. The money was always there, you know. So it is what it is, man. You live and it's like in this business, man, you live and you learn, man. You try by error.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I wonder if the guy it looks Robert Gordon mixed it.
It wasn't Herb Powell?
No. No. It said it was mixed by Robert Gordon. I'm wondering.
I don't even know who the fuck that is. Never see, at least in the 80s and shit, for like going way back. I mean, for the Justice System album, and the Back to the Old School album, I was there when they mastered that shit. I was at Herb Powell's mastering studio.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He let you, if you are the artist, he'll let you come in and he'll ask you, how does it sound?
Right.
See, that didn't happen with Masterpiece. That didn't happen with the Desolate one. You know what I'm saying? That shit didn't happen. So it is what it is.
And that was the last record for Fresh, right? For Sleeping Bag.
Yes, I think that was the 4th album. Yeah. The 4th album. Yep, they went out of there. They went out of business, man. They went out of business.
So we already talked about Gun Talk.
Yeah. After that, I think I did an album with with Sleeping Dog Records. It was called Sleeping Dog Records in California. The name of the album, I think, was called Kill a Rhythm Like a Homicide.
Yeah.
No, right. Yeah, 95. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was 95.
Yeah.
And I don't remember one record off of that shit.
I don't know if I've ever heard that album.
But the money was good.
The money was good. Yo, they were on time with the cash, dog. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, push it, don't push it. I'm paid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And after that, after Killer Rhythm with the Homicide, oh man, I think I did Just Ice 7.
Yes.
I did Just Ice 7, and that was with was that Adam Levy?
Warlock Records?
Warlock Records.
Yeah.
That was Adam Levy. I don't know if you know who Adam Levy is, but he's the son of what's his name? Marvin Levy, the guy who owns Sutra Records, the ones who owned Fat Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adam Levy. Yeah, that was with Warlock. And then Adam sold the company to a guy named Frank Babar. And I think they changed it to Moist Music or something else. And I did some recordings and I put out Gangsta Boogie. And and it was I think I put out 2 or 3 joints with them. I think altogether I'm up to 13 albums. I'm up to 13. I'm not in no motherfucking rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was working?
Way more than a lot of artists.
Yeah. You got a couple joints with Chubb Rock. On
my man, that's my dog. Me and Chubb go back, man. Me and Chubb go back.
Yes.
That's my yo. Let me tell you something, man. Like I said, this hip hop shit, it goes deeper than rhyming.
Yeah.
Me and Chubb go back. I mean, we go back. We go fucking back. I mean, back to the point where I could call Chubb up any time of the day, be like, "Yo, Chubb, I'm fucking hungry. I ain't got a dime. Where you at, man?" I go here. I tell her where I'm at. I'll be home in 20 minutes. Meet me in front of my house. Okay. That's Chubb. Another Chubb Rock and my motherfucking man Lumpy Lump. Y'all know him as DJ Premier. I don't call that nigga Premier. That's my man Lumpy Lump. Chubb Rock, Lumpy Lump, 2 of the greatest brothers in this. I mean, besides hip hop. They give you the shirt off their fucking back.
Yeah.
No questions asked. If you a real motherfucker and you fucking with them and something ain't right, big up to my man Dreads. My man Dreads, another one, Black Sheep Dreads. He another one. Give you the shirt off their back. You know what I'm saying? Real motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Wow.
7's another dope album, man.
What was on that album? What was on that album?
Free Flow, Cool and Wicked, Way Back We're Going, Jedi. Come on, try and get it. Lip Service.
Oh, that's when I was living in Long Island, I know I was a guy named Tom LaRock. I don't know if you ever heard of him. His name is Tom LaRock. He lives in down in Miami or something.
Okay.
But that album, that was a 93 album, am I correct?
It says 98.
98. I know it was in the 90s.
Okay.
That album was weird, man. That album was really weird because I didn't know what the fuck was going on, to be honest, man. Yo, and it had no drugs, no shit like that, nothing like that. The mental, everything was intact. It's just that I don't remember. I think I remember one record on there, and I remember it's a reggae record on there. There's some shit on there. There's some shit on that album.
Yeah.
There's some shit on that album. Now that you mentioned it, I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that shit.
Yeah.
It's some shit on that album. Yeah. Like I said, I don't listen to my music, man. I can't do that. I can't do that shit.
Are we gonna get a volume 2 of you and KRS?
Oh yes.
That's a good question. I mean, Chris is a busy man. Chris is a very busy man. And right now, I'm just getting back in with Curtis.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to say yes. I'm not going to say no. Let's just see what happens. If it's supposed to happen, it'll happen. If it ain't supposed to happen, it won't happen.
Because volume
you
one
and
was great.
yeah, you and Chris have a chemistry.
Yeah.
That EP is my favorite KRS shit in a long time.
The EP with Politics and Memories and that we did a video to it's blah blah blah
blah blah. Yeah.
Blah blah blah's on that. That was a funny ass fucking that shit was funny. That shit was funny.
It's such a dope record, man. Yeah.
A lot. I made a it was for a sound system. It was from a sound system from Norway. I think it's called Boulder Dash Sound System. They wanted a dub plate. They paid fucking good for that blah 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 dub plate.
Really?
Yes, man.
Wow.
When that I did a lot of dub plates. When that EP came out, I was working with my friend Jeremy from Deadly Dragon, the record store Deadly Dragon, him and Jason, and he was connected with a lot of European sound systems that play yard music.
Okay.
I remember one week, I think I made like about 5,000 in one day.
Wow.
In one day, they was paying $600-700. They wanted a dub plate of this. They wanted a dub plate of that. I would give them a dub plate of everything except LaToya. I will not make a dub plate of LaToya. I will not remix LaToya. I'm not making a part 2 of LaToya. None of that shit. That's just gonna have to stay there. I never met a girl named LaToya. I don't even know who the fuck she is. I don't even know who the fuck she is. You know what I'm saying? But certain things just don't get touched. But yeah, I did a lot of dub plates for a lot of sounds, man. So, oh man, I made so much money doing that.
That's dope.
Okay. Yeah. It's good being me, man.
Yeah. It sounds like it.
You know something that always trips me out, because I do it, and everybody I know does this, and we get it from you, Just. When you hear anybody ever say peace, or it's like, hey, it's like everybody I know does that, and it comes from you, like across the world. That's crazy to me.
And that's crazy because I never did it like for the record. That's just how it was in the hood. You see the brother down by, be like, yo, peace. You know, that's just how it was. It was no nothing about it. And when I got on the record, I always like to address people in a civilized manner. And to me, peace means the absence to all confusion, to all violence. If I say peace, I just want your attention for these little 2 or 3 minutes. At the end, I'm gonna say peace to let you know that I am done. Then after that, you can go on about your business.
Yeah. It's a very iconic peace.
Yeah, everybody does that
all the time.
I'm glad, and that's something I never noticed it. I mean, I hear people always saying peace and peace. I mean, how they say, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. It's just certain shit I don't pay attention to. Like, I barely listen to the damn radio. I don't listen to no hip hop really. Like I said, if I want to hear hip hop, I'll play whatever I want to have, whatever's in my computer. I listen to yard music. It's like I'm not disconnected from it. No. What I think I have to do is I'm so involved in it, I have to push myself away a little bit to get a clearer look. Because sometimes when you are too involved, it's like a doctor or surgeon operating on a family member. You can't do that because you're too close. You're too close. Sometimes you gotta step back. You know what I mean? And then take a look at it from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like right now when I'm writing my lyrics right now, I'm not calling nobody no bitches and no shit like that. I ain't talking about killing nobody and no shit like that. The inference is there. They know it can happen at any second, but I'm not going to be sitting there talking about it.
Yeah.
Because this is a different time. And I was never a big fan of the edutainment thing. I never was. I even told Chris that shit a long time ago. Never was a big fan of that. Because if motherfuckers want some education, take the dumb ass back to school. That's where the fuck you learn that. That's where the fuck you learn that. When the people play a motherfucking record, they playing it for the main purpose of entertainment.
Yeah.
Of entertainment. And entertainment ain't always got to be logical.
Yeah.
Entertainment don't always have to be the truth.
Yeah.
Entertainment is what the fuck you want to hear when you come from 9 to 5. You don't want to hear nothing else pertaining to anything logical. I want to have a few drinks and I want to hear the dumbest shit in the world with a funky beat.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's entertainment. Now, if you choose to spit facts on a record and the people grasp that, and you know, that's cool by all means. But me personally, I'm not calling women bitches. I'm not threatening nobody. I'm not talking about killing nobody, and I'm not trying to be Malcolm X out this motherfucker on a goddamn record. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be Just Ice.
Right.
Just Ice is. You gotta take me as I come. Fuck that.
Woo, man.
Hey, speaking of DJ Premier, can we talk about Gangsters Don't Cry and just rhyming with Kane?
Yes, I forgot to see. I forgot all about that shit. I forgot about that. That's my man, yo. We was in the studio one night. It was me, Lump, Kane. I think Panchi was there, and boy, Kane could drink. And we was all just hanging out there, just hanging. And Premier started playing the shit. And he was like, yo, y'all want to do something? I said, yo, Kane, you take a verse, I take a verse. And I cannot rhyme for shit when I'm drinking. I don't drink no more. I stopped drinking heavy. I stopped drinking heavy liquor like in 2018, something like that. I drink some champagne every now and then, but see, I can't afford that shit like that, so I don't drink it that often.
Right.
Like once every 3 or 4 months. You know what I mean? But back then I was a tequila master. Fuck that. You know what I mean? So he goes out, he sends somebody out, get his motherfucker $50. God comes back with this big ass bottle of Remy Martin. Even when I was drinking, I didn't drink that shit. I didn't drink no dark liquors. I ain't like them shits. So he in there drinking. I took a sip of whatever. Premier pushed the beat on. I guess he does this shit normally drink when he drink. Dog, you know how many punch overs I had to do? It's like when I drink, I lose my breath.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? He just ran through the shit like it was butter. Like a hot butter. Yeah, we had fun that night. We did that was the joint. We did what was the name of that shit? Just Simon Came. And on the other side, we did Gangsters Don't Cry. And that was fun too. I gotta listen to that shit again. I forgot how it go. I gotta listen to it again.
I gotta revisit it too. I haven't heard it in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't heard that shit in so long, man.
Yeah.
I know going way back though.
Yeah, well, that's it. Well, I would hope so.
I can spit going way back home, getting dumb Latoya lyric licking. Put that record back on the show. I can spit the whole 2 first albums easy. It's the other ones I gotta practice.
Yeah.
If I got a show next week, all this week, I'll be in here practicing my shit.
Do you still play out often?
Well, you mean as far as MCing or like doing shows?
Mm-hmm.
The last show I did was for the 50th hip hop, the anniversary shit.
Yeah.
I did my shit in New Jersey with my man Rob Schwartz, Who Mag Magazine.
Yeah.
He had a big 2-day show out there. It wasn't a real huge crowd, but it was an intimate crowd.
Nice.
And I was there. Craig G was there. MC9 was there. Nucleus was there. It was a few people. It was some groups there.
Yeah.
There was some group, what's the brother's name? Dingo from Leaders to the New School was there.
Yeah. Dingo.
Yeah.
It was some people there. So that was the last show I did in America. I don't like doing shows in America. I tell you, I don't give a fuck. Promoters hear this shit. You don't like it? Fuck you. I don't care. I don't like doing shows in America. Promoters in America, them sons of bitches is cheap as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Them niggas is them motherfuckers, and I don't give a fuck. You ain't gotta book me. Fuck you again. Yo, them motherfuckers is more crooked than a snake with scoliosis. No bullshit. For real, no bullshit. I don't like no American promoters. They snakes. Them niggas is cheap, and they give you $5,000. They want a $15,000 show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they get mad if you didn't interact with the crowd or this. And I'm like, man, fuck you, man. Fuck you, promoters.
Yeah.
Going back overseas. Overseas, the promoters is different. It's different. They actually, if you know how to negotiate, they pay you what the fuck you worth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't be, because they know that they're going to make money during the night, whatever, their liquors, they bars or they merchandise, whatever.
Yeah.
And the crowd coming in to pay the fee to come in. They know they're going to make their money.
Yeah.
And it's not like, and it's like over here in the States, you come here, you want to perform, you want to have a good time. It's always some kind of ruckus in the crowd. Somebody stepped on somebody's shoes or somebody looked at somebody's girl funny. Something. And then next thing you know, it's gunshots. Next, you know what I'm saying? I'm done with that shit, man. I'm done with all. It's not that I don't like America. I love America. Just don't like the way they conduct the hip hop parties. I don't like it.
I'm sure, with your experience overseas, because they treat the music different with a different kind of respect.
Let me tell you something, man.
That's what I was just gonna say.
I love being overseas. Urban Matters, that's in Helmond. That's like 40 miles outside of Amsterdam.
Yeah.
So we get to go to Amsterdam. We're over there. And I mean, London is cool. London is cool if you know London.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to sound prejudiced or whatever, but there is a black London and there is a white London. Meaning there's a Jamaican London and there's a white London. I prefer the black London. I'll go to the Jamaican London. Because, over there, the food just sucks. The food sucks.
I've heard that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was in I think we was in Amsterdam, and there was a McDonald's nearby the hotel we were at. We was at the Ascot Hotel, and right before you get into McDonald's, there's a picture of a horse, and it says we sell 100% horse meat. I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. The sign is right there. We use 100% horse meat. Yeah. Then I found out inside the French fries at McDonald's, it's cardboard in there.
What?
Yeah. You got to be careful eating over there. You better be careful eating over there for real. There's cardboard in the French fries at McDonald's. Wow. You have to be careful. I knew something was wrong when I went over there. McDonald's was green. The M in the arch, the shit was green. I knew something was wrong there. I said, that's not fucking McDonald's.
Yeah, that's not McDonald's.
That's not McDonald's.
Green arches.
Yeah.
But that's how it is over there. The people are nice, but everybody smokes cigarettes. I'm not a cigarette smoker. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I didn't like over there. Everywhere I went over there, and they allow you to smoke while you eat over there. I was like, you got to be kidding me. It's like when I was in Japan. Yo, man, here's some funny shit. I went to Japan, right? We went to what's that steakhouse called? It was a big steakhouse we went to. I forgot. And I told the guy, I said, we walk outside, I don't smoke. So I want to be, do you have a non-smoking section? Because in there you could smoke. This motherfucker walked us all the way to the back of the fucking rest of the thing in a corner. A literal fucking corner, and sat us there. And I'm saying to myself, what's the difference? Everybody start smoking. Everybody, they get offended if you ask them, can you put your cigarette out? Right. You don't do that shit. I was like, okay, first time, last time.
Right.
I've never come from then on in. I went to the store because in my hotel room, I have my own stove, oven, everything. I went to the store, bought me some pots and pans. Went to the supermarket, got me some fucking beef and some bread and some juice. That was it. That was it, man. Traveling is fun, but it's not 100% fun.
Yeah.
It's not 100% fun because the things that you're used to at home, you're not going to get them there.
Yeah. Yep. Learning experience.
Yeah.
You want to call it that, man. I remember the first time I went over there with Sleeping Bag. It was me, Tila Rock, Mantronix, Nocera. Who else was? I don't know if Saray was there. But the whole thing was, I got tired of the motherfucking trip. I got tired. I wasn't eating because the food sucked in London. So at one part of the trip, certain people was going home and the other people were staying there to finish the tour. I was supposed to stay there and finish the tour with Tila Rock, Mantronix. I saw Nocera going home. I saw Hampton and Davis going home. I said, where y'all going? They said home. I said, I'm going with you. I got my shit. I had to sneak out the fucking hotel.
Wow.
I had to sneak out the hotel and go into the cab, and I left with them. Now, I get to the airport. I went through security, everything. I'm sitting there. I'm like, yeah, I made it. What comes over the fucking the loudspeaker? My government name. My government name comes over the fucking loudspeaker. Can you please go to the first courtesy phone? Nocera looked at me. She said, "That's Will." Because at that time, that was the first time he was out there. That was for the Fresh Fest, and Will, all the higher ups from the record company, they came with us.
Yeah.
It's just to keep an eye on us and shit to make sure we was okay.
Yeah.
You know, she was like, "Justice, that's Will." I'm like, "I'm gonna fuck who it is." Remember back in the days, they had the Walkmans and the little wireless yellow headphones.
Yeah.
I put my headphones on and turned them shits on. And I was like, I don't hear nothing. I'm like, hang on the funny part. One of them sons of bitches ratted on me. Because when I got back to the States, right, a few days later, I get to the record company. Will walks up to me. So you put your fucking headphones on, right? I'm like, oh shit. And I'm thinking to myself, yo, somebody ratted on me because you weren't there. And back then I had enough money. I was just tired of being there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was tired of being there. I couldn't go to the store. And I had to call. Back then I was with a certain woman. I can keep the names out. But I had to get up every morning, every night at 3:00 in the morning to make a phone call because that's when it's 9:00 over in Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah.
Every fucking night I'm over there, I'm getting up at 3:00 in the morning, going to the telephone booth outside. I'm like, damn, man. And that's when they had the big red telephone booths.
Yeah.
And this is back then when this is before Euros. This is before Euros.
Right.
This is when they had Deutschmarks and Guilders. That kind of, and we had the I was like, I'm going home. That was it. I'm going home. But see now, out of that experience, I've learned whenever I go overseas, 2 days max. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
2 days max. 2 days max. Yep. I can't take it.
Yep. I got you. Just any idea when the new music is coming? You guys don't have a.
Yeah, well, according to Curtis, he wanted to have it out at least by the end of the year.
Okay.
Or we all in the record business, January is the worst month of the year. So we're trying to get it out by December. If not December, by February, because like I said, we don't know Schoolie's schedule yet. I was on the phone with Schoolie like about 2 days ago, and he told me he's working on his lyrics.
Yeah.
For this one, because I told him we want to make it as simple as possible, nothing complex. I don't need a whole bunch of big words in there, because I don't know if y'all know Coolio. I mean, see that he got me saying that shit. Schoolie D got his own vocabulary, right?
Yes.
He has his own vocabulary. Me and him be talking, he'd be like, Coolio. I'm like, what? he'd be like Coolio, and I'm like, okay, I guess that means okay. Yo, it's funny because he spoke like this when we were younger. So now he just perfected this shit to the point where it's like it just comes out, and if you ain't sharp with the ears, wing,
Right.
it's going right over your head.
Yeah.
We trying to find out his schedule when he can put these lyrics down. The quicker that he could put his 16 and 8 down, the quicker I could put mine down, because I want him to put his down first. That way I can see where he's coming from.
Got you.
Right.
And my whole thing, I told with Curtis, I wanted to be total opposite. I don't want us talking about the same thing.
Right.
Mhm.
I don't want that, because that's like a one subject record, which is boring as hell.
Right.
Whatever he's talking about, I want to talk about something on a total other end of the spectrum.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting to hear from Scooty, and hopefully, what's today? Tuesday?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hopefully I'll hear from him by the end of this week. I told Curtis I'll give him a call by Thursday if I don't hear from him. So I want this to be out by the end of the year. So
Yeah.
let's try to make this happen.
Word.
Right.
If I talk to Schoolie, which I may, I will remind him.
Yeah, just tell him, just as I said, do what you got to do, but let's put some fucking speed on it, homie. No, I know for one thing, though, I can honestly say, because I've heard the music for, the track me and Scooty gonna do. I heard the music.
Yeah.
Me and Curtis already have one track done. That music is fucking off the hook. And then today he sent me something else. Mantronix sent me something else today, and he was like, "Justice, just do what you do on this shit." I said, "Yeah, because this track right here, I don't want nobody on it with me. I don't want nobody to feel no way about nothing, because I talk some dirty shit up on this one." Yeah. And I told him, this one is not going to be for radio. It's not going to be for radio. But yeah, I'm very excited about it. And like I said, I just wanted to come out and hope I get a good response.
Yeah. Word
Absolutely.
up, Word up. We can't wait, bro. We can't
Yes.
wait.
Me neither.
All right. Just thank you for being here tonight. We appreciate it, bro.
I appreciate
so
y'all.
much.
I appreciate y'all.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, man.
Yo, everybody have a good evening, man. Keep a lookout. Just Ice on the C Doc Again show with Jennifer, Old Jenny, Ultra Mag 7, Flatline, and C Doc. Yo, I appreciate this. Y'all keep it real. Just Ice, I'm out. Peace.
Thanks, bro. Peace.
Thank you.
Oh man. I tell you what.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear anybody complain about hip hop, because this shit going on, Just Ice and Mantronix back together again. Come on.
The Renaissance.
Right, yep. You keep saying it. You keep saying it all true.
You gotta manifest it. You gotta keep saying it.
It is. It is the Renaissance. Yep.
Yep.
So yeah. There's good music coming. It's a wonderful thing. Yep.
He was still very much in the background yelling something at the camera.
Yeah, he was.
So it's not like I'm holding up peace signs for nobody.
Yeah, right. Any real quick, any further words about Uncle L's new LP?
I just think it's just so fresh.
I got nothing.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Like, I just love that it doesn't sound like anything else out there. It's a full original piece of music. It's not like a Q-Tip album, and it's not like an LL album. And it's not like LL is on old Q-Tip production. Like Tip, really cooked up some stuff for him. So and it all flows together. It's just great. It's great. Yeah.
Yep. It's very cohesive.
Yeah.
It's a different sound. And I heard two people, they were dissing the album. They didn't like, but they were both producers that I heard say this, like they make beats. And I started to think, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, you're saying that because you can't do this. Because you can't get this sound that
Right.
or it's beyond what you're thinking of. Like it's
No one can.
yeah.
Yeah.
And LL sounds so good. Like he sounds hungry. He's in the pocket. It sounds good, man. It sounds good.
Yep.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I was looking forward to it, but at the same time, it's kind of like the big surprise for me.
Yeah. It didn't disappoint.
Yeah. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I do.
Yeah, it didn't disappoint and it went beyond my expectations.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super dope. But hey, and new Just Ice, Mantronix on the way.
Just Ice and Mantronix. Are you kidding me?
Schoolie D. Yep.
Schoolie D?
Yeah,
Woo!
and Schoolie.
Yeah.
And as I scheduled it today and the links are coming out, Schoolie's most recent album that was only available on vinyl, that came out last year, we are finally putting out on Spit Slam, on digital CD and cassette.
Yes.
And I believe November 1st, I believe, is the release date.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Excellent
So the latest Schoolie D adventure.
Yeah.
Because that is crazy. That's why.
Yeah.
Will be coming out soon.
Don't you have some more Schoolie D information?
Yes. Yes, I do. Alternate. Wait, let me, I got the flyer up. I just have to share the screen. Los Angeles. There it is. September 20th, Schoolie D and DJ Evil E.
Uh-huh.
There you go. Live in concert. So
East meets West.
Yep. Mark your calendars and going out to the show. It's right. I guess it's adjacent to the delicious pizza, delicious vinyl pizza shop. Yeah. Jennifer
Looks
is
like
nodding
it.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's coming up. So mark your calendars. If you're out that way in LA, go out to the show. Should be a great time.
Okay.
Yep. And yes, I'm trying to think. So we switched up the format. Our sponsors are at the top of the show now, so I got to get used to this now. You know, I don't.
You don't got to pull out that can anymore.
Yeah, don't have to do that. You don't have
Done
to.
with the can.
Yeah, take care of it. I mean, if you want to hold it up, go ahead. But, yeah. We already took care of that.
Wait. Speaking of, let's just say
Yes.
I didn't go again, but at Hackensack Brewing.
Yes.
I don't know if you see the videos that Mike Jones puts up, but the
it was
Boogie
this past
Boogie
Sunday.
Boys is past Sunday.
Yes.
The Boogie Boys were there. They're doing Fly Girl like live. Kid Capri is there mixing 45s. Like,
man,
Hackensack Brewing is the home of hip hop. I'm telling you, in New Jersey.
Wasn't Brother Jay there?
I forgot Brother Jay was there, dude. Yeah, I saw that like a day later, and I got even more furious. I'm like, what? Brother Jay's there.
Yeah.
I've got to make it out to one of those.
Dude, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The amount of if you can get up to Hackensack Brewing, wherever the Awesome 2 has an event, you will see rappers, DJs, people perform for free. There's no admission. You're just buying beer, buying food.
Yep.
This summer you would have saw Raz Kaz, Tretch, Grandmaster Kaz, Smooth B, Greg Nice. It's ridiculous.
Yes. Yeah. So shout out to Hackensack Brewing Company. Shout out to the Awesome 2. And shout out to Auga.
Or you could just watch It's C-Doc again and see some of those exact same people.
You can do that too. You can do that as well.
Not performing necessarily, but
No. But we get the stories.
And there's 150 episodes for you to go back and watch and catch up.
Indeed.
And we probably have your favorites.
Yep, exactly. And We have more on the way because Flatline, new episode. We did not talk about.
Oh, I mean, we can talk about it. Sure.
Your show?
Sure. I did a new show, everybody.
Hey!
Radio. Hey! C-Doc did the show last week. I am doing it this week. Yeah. I'll just run it down real quick. New music by the One Chatio, Cool Point Extra featuring Sinloke, Rappin' Fote, and Big Mike. New Chip Fu. New Emily MC and Rockwell featuring Master Ace. New Cult Fiction. New Black Silver featuring Prince Poe, Main Flow, and Tash. And Montaner the Menace featuring the late great Chino XL and Keith Murray.
Wait, how's Rappin' Forte doing?
I don't know
right.
offhand. I mean, I saw that he was doing better, I thought.
Okay. I'm just wondering. All right.
Oh, that's right. He was
ill.
Yeah. That's right. I forgot about that. Okay. Yeah. Shout out to Rappin' Forte. Hope all is well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can
losing too many peeps lately, you know?
Yeah. I want to shout out some people. Can I shout out some people?
Please do.
Oh man, I gotta grab my props to do it though.
Oh, okay. I want to say R.I.P. to the great James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you want to talk about just one of the best actors to ever do it.
Ever.
A voice unmatched, and just such a huge part of my childhood because he was in so many movies that we love so much. So, rest in peace. That is a major loss.
Well, damn.
You want to shout out?
What do you have?
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to shout out DJ Bacon out of Australia.
Word.
DJBacon.bandcamp.com. He has a new 45. I don't think you can get this anymore. I think it's sold out. He did a remix of Give It Up.
Oh.
By, of course, Public Enemy. And then on the B side is a remix of Ghetto Boys. I don't remember what song, but I did make a note. Life in the Fast Lane, which is really good.
Wow.
Next up.
I haven't heard that song in a long time.
Yeah, well, you dig it. Goo.
Okay.
Home digging.
Shout out to Goo.
Yeah. Goo sent me a bunch of 45s, including...
Uh-oh. You didn't get the red one. What the fudge, man?
Yeah.
I was supposed to get one of those, and I didn't.
Yeah.
Damn it, Goo. No. Shout out to Goo. I love Goo. Goo sent me a box of records. I can't complain.
Goo is the greatest. Goo is... Yeah.
He's super, super good dude.
That's all right. You got 54. I got 26.
That is a little better. Last shout out.
Yes.
Ultrameg and myself talked about this mixtape that Weaponized Records put out. It's Cymatic and DJ Manipulate. Cymatic has an album with Roughneck Jihad, and they sent me the test pressing of the album, which is really dope.
Wow.
You can go to cutandpasterecords.com. They have splatter vinyl that they put out. There's 150 copies.
Ooh.
Very dope. All good stuff.
Word up.
Meaning to do the show for like weeks and weeks and weeks. DJ Bacon also sent me this shirt. Yeah, so there we go. Cheers to all.
Fantastic. So check out, now that our show is over, check out Flatline.
Yep.
His show on Mixcloud.
Yep.
The Hip Hop Gods Tuesday night show. And you can also catch him and myself and Mr. Chuck D every Friday for the Angie Don't Stop radio show on Mixcloud and Rap Station. 2 hours of hip hop goodness. Flatline has the Hip Hop God segment. I play the Spit Slam Jam of the Week. And then catch Jennifer O'Jenny, Ultramag 7, and our man in Amsterdam, DJ Soul Buck, who's not really in Amsterdam, but I keep saying that. every Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Channel 0 for the mixtape, where they play the music of our upcoming guest. And I believe our upcoming guest is who's coming up next week?
Oh, come on now. Glamorous?
Yes, MC Glamorous. Which reminds me, I've got to call or text her and remind her. So, yes, it should be. That. It should be MC Glamorous next week. Yes, so we'll be talking to Glamorous.
Oh my goodness!
And possibly our good friend Half Pint might swing by as well.
Excellent.
So, because they have a new project out on Spitsland, Two Queens and a Mic, the EP, out now on Digi and CD. Mm-hmm. So, yes, thank you everyone for joining us tonight, watching live, even though I know we were going up against the debate. So I can I can only imagine how that went. Yes.
Happy belated birthday to Miss Jennifer O'Jenny.
Yes.
What? Happy birthday, Jennifer O'Jenny.
It was last Saturday, Flatline.
It was Saturday.
I didn't know. No one tells me anything.
3 days ago.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
It was Saturday.
Happy
Drake,
birthday,
let's take a shot.
I'm 29 years old.
Yeah.
Again. And according to Just Ice, happy birthday to a guy that can really drink, Big Daddy Kane.
That's
today.
right.
Yes,
Yep.
today.
And Nikki D.
Nikki
Yeah.
D.
Yep. So happy birthday to them. Happy hip hop birthdays. Yes. So thank you for those who tuned in live. Hope a bunch of people catch us on the replay. Get the Bring the Noise app now. Chuck D's Bring the Noise app ain't gonna cost you anything
nap.
but a couple of minutes. Yes, the Bring the Noise nap.
Don't get it. Don't get this guy laughing.
Oh man. Yeah. So do that. If you dig the show, please like and subscribe because we have tons of content for you to check out. Lots of other shows and good buttery goodness, so to speak. Oh boy, we're not going to be able to get out of here right.
The noise nap.
Yep, the noise nap. I'm going to go take a noise nap. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We will see you next week for another episode of It's C-Doc again.
See.